going to find himself getting passed by multiple cars, as I mentioned earlier on. So you're off in a very precarious situation, but he often finds himself in these places. Doesn't qualify as well as he races.
Up front, they are getting with Lee Aberdeen and Luca Varani, not very far apart at all here. But I just want to see how Alistair Haight deals with Marcello Kessler coming around the old hairpin.
But I would say it's not the best decision they've ever made, just not having done that under the safety car, really.
Yeah, they're taking their pit stop strategies from Ferrari lately, isn't it? What's going on?
In turn one, just too much gas on them, too much feet on the out pedal, and unfortunately he's dropped him all the way down the order. But Philip Hammer is out in front by an 8.91 seconds. Oh, Dan Michael is a wall there, sir. And definitely doesn't want to be hitting that earlier on as well.
Difficult, the understeer is in the dirty air through that final corner because it's such a long corner and you get dragged off into the grass very easily. He'll have the slipstream down towards the chicane. Peterson was briefly alongside, but that slipstream has saved him and kept him in third.
Yeah, Varani now lost a little bit of time to Aberdeen, about half a second. Peterson is Pike's pushed more and forward up ahead. He's got out of line. It's now Pike going to have a go at Werrell. Don't push him off. He's in the championship fight. Jack Werrell chasing down Carl Jacklin. Further down, Rob Williams and Chris Barnes.
Sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's come back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such trouble. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden Miller's back in play.
Moving on to the back end of Phil Jocelyn. So there's been a lot of movers and shakers in this first 2 laps here for race.
Absolutely serious racing league. Everybody's a lot have fun. Yeah.
It's all about the entertainment, so I hope
everybody is enjoying themselves out there in the chat. We know that Ron is enjoying himself watching the Burger King machines off into the grass a little bit there. Is that really bunching up now?
coming down to the side. We have it.
He's on the outside line though, going into the fastest corner on the circuit. Surely this can't work.
Dominic Ligner has got a sensational run outside line now though for the heavy braking zone. Around the outside goes the Audi R8.
Look how much Miller's caught back into play. Exactly. Miller's still such chopper. He's not on second and change. All of a sudden, Miller's back in play.
Can Barry do it? Big Barry's going to do it. Big Barry! Good evening and welcome back to the BSC Tuesday night with the Turn Left Don't Die 285 sponsored by All Odds Media as well, and another big shout out to our primary sponsor here this evening, the Killer Brownie Company as well. Go and check them out at thekillerbrownie.com there and get yourself some Killer Brownies. A massive shout out to them as well. But I am here once again. My name is James Parfitt and I will be joined in the booth once again by the man with all the knowledge, Mr. Kenton Sportak, here for what plans to be an epic evening of racing. I think we can definitely look out for this one as we are here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So let's keep you up to date with what's been going on in the championship currently as well, because there's been a lot happening over this week and the current championship standings are like this. It is currently not like that, I can tell you that much. Right, let's try that one again. There we go. And it's Noel Jakowitz sitting on first place on 158 points, with Rodney Roberts in second on 138. Christian Strada on 127. Alex Witt on 122. Dan Michael on 119. Cody Kern on 117. And Derek Runge on 111. Devon Collicott on 107. Hunter Carlson on 103. And TJ Spainhour on 100. Then behind that we've got Dominic Bettini, Anthony Radel, Brandon McLaughlin, Andrew Jamalin, Andrew Almquist, Nick Vasquez, Seth Pegg and Xander Short rounds out your top 18. Jordan Malcolm, Rob Sizemore, Joshua Kuhn, Blake Lewis, Calvin Ross, Ryan McLennan, Cody Sharp, Gregory Sherman, Daniel Jones and Yogi Shishela. He is at your top 28. Then we've got Zachary Lewis, Keenan Kimber, Chikuba, Sawyer Gara, Thomas Kuhn, Joshua Keefe, Tony Hedge, Davey Nail, Keith Fallon, and of course our very own Armand Brusso is not actually taken to the track this evening or this season, to be fair. He has been up in the steward's booth doing multiple things there as well. But let's bring Kenton in for a chat. Good evening, Kenton. How are you?
I'm doing well, enjoying the nice sun I'm finally having without a thunderstorm, which has been kind of nice, and excited to watch some wonderful NASCAR going and turning left and hopefully not dying.
Yes, hopefully not dying. Seth Pegg, let's go, says Seth. Let's go FWM boys. NASCAR, nice, says Eric. Awesome race name. Thank you very much there as well. Now, I do want to have a chat, and I've been told I can have a chat with one gentleman last week who suffered a serious penalty within this season as well. He will receive a one-lap hold at the beginning of the race. In addition, he will be deducted 8 points from his race total from last week, moving him to last place in the car. Now, nearing the end of the race, there was an incident involving Jordan Malcolm. In the opinion of the competition directors, this move was made without regard for the other driver and as a long shot move to save any chance at racing another competitor for the win. In doing so, he directly ended the race of another league member and indirectly resulted in 2 other members being wrecked out at the same time. But let's bring in Jordan to have a chat. Jordan, good evening to you, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
I'm not bad, mate. We were just talking, obviously we've seen the recent announcement regarding Road America. What's your opinion of the penalty at Road America?
My opinion is Armin, he does a great job around the league, but yeah, stewarding, he can stay out of
Right. Do you know what, Jordan? I was not expecting that result at all, to be honest. That wasn't what I was expecting to come from it all. I'm going to presume by that comment you don't agree with what's been said with regards to the penalty.
Yeah, look, I don't agree with it at all. I took a look back at it, and it does look bad, but, you know, I never intend to, like, wreck anyone on purpose or do anything malicious. I think I've broadcasted that on throughout the whole last season, and then a couple of GT4 races, obviously. You know, had a good, clean battle with, obviously, Fletch and Thurtle throughout those 2 races. But, yeah, I never do anything to deliberately take someone out. I think it was just a misunderstanding of, I went for a gap that opened up. You know, it's just oval drivers versus road drivers. They're just, you know, scared to use all the track, and it was just sort of a misjudgment on my behalf. And obviously, the outcome was unfortunate, but you never want to see that happen. But it is what it is, and we move on.
We definitely do, and we're moving on to Charlotte. We're back on the ovals. Yes. Here as well. Oh, you know I love I love ovals. NASCAR's on road just drives me crazy. What's the situation with you at the moment? You know, how's it going out there in practice? We've got about 3 minutes left before we go into quality. What's the plan for you at the moment for this evening's race?
There's no real plan. I'm sort of, kicked out of last race, and depends how this race goes. We're possibly out of this one before it even starts, so we'll get a 1-lap hold, and by the time that serves, we'll probably be 2, maybe 3 laps down. So if we get cautions throughout the way, then we'll be back in it. But apart from that, it's just going to be just surviving, staying out of wrecks, and trying to just finish, I guess. Just maximum points today is probably like 1 or 2, I guess.
So we're not going to see a Jordan Malcolm fuel save special. We're going to see a Jordan Malcolm full bore, send it, go for it.
I'm not sure what Jordan Malcolm you're going to see. Fuel strategy doesn't look like it's going to come into play, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, bud. Well, thank you so much. Go on, sorry.
If there's a caution at the right time, then we'll see if we can fuel save our way to victory. But it's just going to be trying to get back on that lead lap for the start.
Okay, mate. Well, good luck. Hope it goes well for you, and look forward to having a chat with you again, I'm sure, at some point throughout the season.
Awesome. See you, James.
Take care, mate. Well, there you go. He didn't agree with the penalty at all. And he made that quite strongly clear as well, Kenton, I think.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it was very strong stance to have taken, for sure. But, I mean, from what I remember, sort of looking back on it, like, was it worth a penalty? Yes. Is that penalty, like, is it worth that penalty? Yeah, that's up to the league, I guess. It seems a little harsh, but I mean, we can't really be shocked when, considering last year or last season when Dan Michael had his incident, he was given a very harsh penalty. So it seems like they take incidents like this very seriously, and they don't like allowing it to even sort of become a thing. So not surprised per se, but kind of a little heavier than I thought it was going to end up being.
So we did discuss it, right? And we're not surprised that he got the penalty, but we are surprised by the severity of the penalty. Is that what we're saying?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you're saying. I don't know if you want to side with me here on this.
The thing is, the problem is Jordan Malcolm primarily drives road cars. That's the situation. Okay, it was in a Nascar, and as he said, that, you know, gap car, he's going to go for it. He went for it. It caused a bit of drama, and it didn't quite work out. So I agree that there needed to be a penalty, right? Do I agree with the severity of the penalty? Possibly not, because, you know, Jordan's always been clean. I've never seen him once purposely do anything to remotely cause an issue for people. Never deliberately taken anyone out. Never, you know, done anything across the board. So it's almost kind of like his first major incident that we've probably seen from Jordan Malcolm. And at the end of the day, Yeah, I feel it was a little bit harsh. I do feel, obviously Armand does a great job, don't get me wrong. Him and Calvin doing a stellar job with the league, and, we love them forever and all of that other fancy jazz that goes with it. But I do feel that was a little bit tough. To deduct the driver 8 points from the race total, moving him to last of the cars on the lead lap. Yeah, that's a big one there as well. So, we saw some lamps of the severity last season with the whole Dan Michael incident, but I don't think I was quite expecting that severity of the incident. It was definitely definitely a tough one, I think, there as well. But look, on we go. We're moving on swiftly as well. SoundSync, welcome in. Flawless name for this race. No notes. Emmett Crow, let's go, Yogi. Lydia Spainhour, welcome in. Thank you so much for that. Fly Eagle, Mr. Spainhour Senior, good evening to you, sir, as well. And Peggles, Seth Peg, of course. Let's go there with Eric and Emmett Crow. So it's going to be an interesting evening of racing. We are in qualifying. Times are coming in, guys, as well. We've obviously mentioned previously to this, Kenton, qualifying, great, go on pole. But at the end of the day, it's not overly important in this kind of scenario with this kind of racetrack and this kind of race, right?
No, you have 125 laps, I believe it is today, with one guaranteed safety car, and hopefully only the one guaranteed safety car. You don't need to be first out of the first corner. It's a long race. It's a very battle of attrition in a lot of ways. This track eats tires very, very easily. So you got to be smooth on the throttle. You got to be smooth on braking, because if you start dragging your front right, you're gonna burn through it real fast. And obviously, it's a rarity for it to happen in NASCAR and in iRacing, but you don't want to blow a tire in the middle of the race. It makes it real tough to put in some good laps. And obviously this track is going to be one of those ones that if we can stay green, pit entry is going to be the utmost importance. It's kind of an awkward entry. There's a little bit of space coming off of turn 3 into turn 4 there, but for the most part, it's pretty sudden pit entry, and you got to get on those brakes, and you want to make sure they're warmed up and you're not sliding out and taking out other cars with you. And this is going to be one of the ones that's very smart to pit with a small group opposed to a big group, if you can.
Yeah, definitely on that one. 1 minute 35 remaining of qualifying, and at the moment Devon Collicott is sitting in a pole position with Alex Witt behind them as well. Nicholas Stocknar, I believe it's his their first race here this evening, and I think we got a couple of new people as well. Wayne Cannon, I haven't seen before here either, so I think it's Wayne's first race as well. And Andrew Williams, who I believe I've not seen here as well. So we've got a few new drivers here as well, and I think it's going to be interesting for them as here, because obviously, the old guard versus the new guard, as Rodney Roberts, I don't know if he was going in the pits, and I don't know if he missed it altogether on that one. Not entirely sure what he was doing, but I don't believe that's the way of doing it there either. So, Auras, let's go chill, as in G. Cuba, who has qualified in 8th place. So not a bad qualifying there either. So, what do we think here with Charlotte? What are we expecting from Charlotte? What is it going to give us as a racetrack? What do we think is going to happen?
Obviously, outside of the start, once they kind of get settled into, I guess, their pacing and getting into positions and stuff like that, it'll be fairly single file. It's a hard track to go too wide on. It does require, at minimum, a pretty solid lifting coast. But at the same time, a little bit of braking if you're going to try and save some tires a little bit. Like I said, it is very tire heavy. Like you will deal with more tire issues than fuel problems here. But it's a very fast track. It's a lot of fun. But it's a little more technical than you'd expect out of a 1.5 mile oval.
Okay, here is the grid. Devon Collicott in first, Alex Witt second, Nicholas Stockner third, Christian Strada fourth, Hunter Carlson fifth, Derek Runge in sixth, Noel Jackowitz seventh, Chikuba eighth, Rodney Roberts ninth, Calvin Ross 10th, Brandon McLaughlin 11th, and Andrew Olmquist is down in 12th. Cody Sharp 13th, Cody Kern 14th, Wayne Cannon 15th, Joshua Kuhn 16th, Seth Pegg 17th, Dominic Bettini 18th, Yogi Shishela 19th, Zach Lewis down in 20th, TJ Spainhour down in 21st, Blake Lewis 22nd, Andrew Williams 23rd, and Dan Michael down in 24th. Jordan Malcolm 25th, Anthony Radel 26th, Joshua Keefe 27th, Keenan Kimber 28th, Greg Sherman 29th, and Daniel Jones is your last man on the grid in 30th. For Jordan Malcolm, not gonna really matter where he qualified really, because he's got that one lap stop and hold, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I mean, with this track, it is a little peculiar. Coming out of a corner, you get on the throttle a little too early and bump that wall. It could cause an early safety car very quickly. He's obviously not going to be wishing for safety cars, but any safety car is going to help him because immediately it'll give him at least a little bit of a wave around the earlier it is and get him up back on that lead lap. And the sooner he's on that lead lap, the sooner he can start trying to sort of pick his way through and hope to kind of get up near the front. Like we said, it is 125 laps. You don't need to be at the front the first corner, so there's no need to rush that. But obviously getting there is sooner than later on back on the lead lap will always at least help for the long run.
Yeah, it definitely will as well for these drivers. It definitely will help getting on that lead lap, but as we say, you don't need to be at the front right on lap 1. You need to be at the front on lap 125. That's the mission for these drivers, to be up there at the beginning. Now, I'm going to sit here, right, and the weirdest thing is I remember Charlotte, and when you remember what you think you know, you would presume Charlotte as a little bit of a wider track. It doesn't look too wide to me at this moment in time.
It's deceiving. It has a fairly large apron, so that kind of that space below the line, for those that don't know much about NASCAR, that sort of that line that separates the grass from the kind of corners and the banking and things like that. It's fairly large there, but I mean, you're looking about 3 lanes wide at most. In terms of cars, probably at most you want to try and push is 2 wide. Going 3 wide will get very dicey on these corners. The front stretch obviously gets a little bit wider, but you want to kind of avoid the apron if you can.
And here we go.
As it looks like we are back underway here.
Yeah, we are green from Charlotte, and it is Devon Collicott, Alex Witt, Christian Strada making a move earlier on as well. Nicholas Stockner here, Derek Runge, Hunter Carlson, Noel Jackowitz battling it out. Andrew Williams, there's a caution already.
Welcome to Charlotte. It's one of those issues. Those corners can be very unforgiving very fast.
Yeah, but here already?
I don't think it was Devon.
No, I've got a funny feeling it was Andrew Williams here. It was there as well. Let's see if we can catch that a little bit early on in the run. That did look like he did that all on his own, though, mind you. It didn't look like he was caught by... Did he get contact from Spainhour? No, he was already out of shape.
Yeah, it looks like, he just unfortunately got himself a little bit of an issue.
Would you say that was just too many beans at the wrong time? Because clearly it didn't work out too well for Andrew Williams there, did it?
Yeah, it looks like it's either... might have been net code, because you can see Terry doesn't make any contact, or TJ doesn't make any contact with him, but it kind of sends him around, or either that or he was oversteering coming out of the corner And this is one of those big things with Charlotte. It is very touchy. Like, it's a very technical track, and if you're in that kind of situation, you oversteer it. And like we said, it looks wider than it is. Like, you can see there's 4 lanes where they're going right now, but in those corners, it's maybe 3.
Maybe.
And so if you lose it, it's honestly, instead of trying to overcorrect, and that's looks like kind of what it was, his back end started to sort of fishtail, and he went to go snap the steering back over, and it just caused it to overcorrect and caused him to, you know, find a very loving spot right in the wall, nose first there. You're going to have a hard time trying to keep it out of the wall in these corners, especially. So it's unfortunate. I'm sure he's going to be very happy that he has a quick repair. And I know, you know, Jordan Malcolm's probably pretty excited that was as fast as it was, because that'll give him a very quick back on the lead lap, or at least should, and everyone can kind of be on their way.
I'm just checking on some rules here. Jordan Malcolm was going to take his 1 lap stop and hold, but the yellow came out, the caution came out. Now, I've just checked with Armand Brusso, who said he is not able to take the stop and hold under yellow. He's not able to take the stop and hold for a lap under caution. So, unfortunately, it has to be green flag racing for Jordan Malcolm, because this caution would have done him rather well here.
Yeah, although that kind of creates an issue. So he gets a 1 lap stop and hold, but now he's going to be, what, almost 5 laps down?
Well, no, he's going round as normal. He is here at the back.
Yeah.
He was going in to take the stop and hold, partly due to the fact that, well, I suppose really he could have missed the start and then started from the pits once he'd gone round 1 lap. That might have been a little bit more beneficial, maybe, for him than what's happening now. But yeah, it all seems to have got a little bit confusing here as well. So, yeah. I'm just
interesting.
Hold on, I am frantically checking here to see where we stand on that one, because surely it would have been made more sense for him to miss the start, go into the pits, wait for them to go a lap, and then come out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
anyway,
yeah. He's supposed to be a lap. I don't know. Yeah,
it's supposed to be a lap down, but anyway. Pace car is in. Devon Collicott there as well. We go into the restart zone, and we are back underway racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Collicott, Witt, Strada, Runch, Nicholas Stopner also involved here as well, and everybody at the moment is through cleanly. My only fear currently at the moment here, Kenton, cautions breed cautions. We don't want to repeat of some of the races that we've had this season.
Yeah, no, we want to try and avoid that if we can, because yes, like you said, cautions breed cautions, and they can cause a lot of problems. But obviously, I don't see too much going 3 wide behind. Everyone's kind of sort of filtering into a single file. We have a few cars that are side by side, but you can do 2 wide here without too much of an issue. But if you start trying to get a 3rd car involved or anything like that, it definitely can create a lot of problems. You'll see a few guys trying to sort of run a high line, as I don't know what happened to Joshua Kuhn there, as it looks like he got a little out of shape, got down into the apron, got himself back sorted, and is still going. But yeah, like you don't really want to go 3 wide here. It's just going to cause a whole bunch of problems, and the last thing you want to do is cause those.
Yeah, definitely is here. Malcolm has gone into the pits. As far as I'm concerned, he's already a lap down here, and we should possibly could have served that penalty once more, but we'll see here as we see all the cars rushing past the camera, shaking the camera with a pure speed that they are going currently at this moment in time. And what an absolute amazing sight here to have 30 cars on the racetrack ready to go. And it's been well, I would say a clean start, but obviously we had the Andrew Williams caution.
Yeah, I mean, outside of that, it's been fairly clean, at least so far. I mean, you're going to have a little bit of bumping and stuff, but rubbing's racing. So as long as everyone keeps it pointed in the same direction and, nothing too crazy happens, but it does look like Alex Witt's starting to open a little bit of a gap. Nothing too crazy yet, but I mean, we know how much Alex Witt loves his oval racing, and he's quick on these ovals. So if there's going to be a guy that it's pretty safe to look at, will finish in the top 10 or top 5 even, it's probably him. Strotter got a little low, caught himself, that front tire dipped a little below the line onto the apron there, and that's obviously not what you want to do. You run too much of a risk of ending up sending your car around if you start tapping down into the apron there.
Definitely there as well. Kuba now into 12th, down 4 on where she started. So Chi Kuba down into 12th at the moment. I'm waiting. I don't know what I'm waiting for here, but I fear. I think that's the thing. If we can go 20 laps, for instance, before the next caution, right? We got the stage break on lap 50. So, if they can even remotely get to the stage, I think that would be a good effort from these guys here as well. Keenan Kimber has gone into the pits and left the pit lane. Jordan Malcolm has done his lap, but his lap has actually got him 3 laps down, which I'm so confused about at this moment in time here as well, because,
there it is.
There it is.
Oh, he might have saved it. Nope, not anymore. Although they are, yeah, there it is.
And that was Jordan Malcolm involved in that one. Cody Kern, Nicholas Stottner, they're producing.
So it looked like Stockner just kept going up the racing line. Oh, there's Chikuba. Looks like she was involved as well. Her car stuck on the road there, but like from what I could see, it looked like Stockner was going up, and then made contact and kind of shoved.
No, I want to try and get that before if we can.
I don't think that was Jordan Malcolm. I think that's the 29. I think that's the 29. I believe that's Christian Strotter. Yeah.
Oh no, it's the 23, wasn't it? Which is
20. That's Cody Kern, I believe, isn't the 23? Yeah, Cody Kern. He was having a good race too. He was up at the time. He was up about 5 places, so he unfortunately collected in that as well. But yeah, rather kind of a weird thing. I don't know if Stockner just didn't realize that.
Where did Kuba
I believe that was
involved?
Strotter was on the outside, and then I think. So what happens? There's the 32 goes wide. He kind of saves it. Oh, she slowed up, and unfortunately for her, I believe, so the 20 car didn't realize she was slowing up as much, and that kind of just sent her in the wall there.
Yeah, that was Calvin Ross. Calvin Ross and Chi Kuba there. Obviously, one slowing up for a caution, and the other one, not so much. So there we go. Lap 13 of 125. We do have a caution number 2 on lap 12. So, yeah, is this going to be breeding now? Are we going to get... Are we going to need a plumber? That's probably the best way of me putting it, I think, because, we're on 2 already and we're only on lap 13. I'm worried here, Kenton, that me and you could be here for a good few hours.
Yeah, it could be a very, very interesting race if this is going to be how it is, where cautions every 12 laps are obviously not ideal. I know if you're the 30 car or the number 1 car, of Jordan Malcolm, you kind of hope.
Well, Jordan, I've just had confirmation he's going to get 2 laps back due to the fact that iRacing holding him too long. So when I sat there and said he's actually lost 3, he is going to get 2 laps back. So we should see Jordan Malcolm go around a couple of times here to try and... There he is.
Yeah, there he is again. So that'll be the second time. Although, based on that, technically he should get all 3 laps back at this point, because he was told to go wait 1 lap. and then he got the wave around just for naturally being the first one like that, lapped.
Yeah, the
and then
lucky
he
dog.
would get 2 more. So I'll be curious. I'm curious what ends up happening for him, because
I don't know how this is going to work out, to be honest. I think the best thing, the best thing might have been just getting him to miss the start, starting from the pits, waiting for him to go round a lap and then come out. But hey, ifs, buts, maybes. The Kelly car needs the yellow wheels. It does. I feel you on that one. It does need yellow wheels. Yellow or green, I think, would look really good, Mr. Spainhour Senior. I think yellow or green, definitely there as well. Fly Eagle 20, sorry I missed your message. Go Hunter Go, and Sound Sync 5000. Yep, horrendous luck. So yeah, for G-Cuba, they're being caught. Well, I suppose in a way, Ken, and when we look at it, doing the right thing, because slowing down for a yellow flag.
Yeah, typically if you see smoke and yellow flags out, hit your brakes, or at the very least, if you see smoke, that's usually, you lift, but not all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes that doesn't happen, and I can't really blame her on that one. She was doing what you're supposed to do and trying to avoid a crash, and ended up in a crash.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. 8 minutes required and didn't check fast repair, says Seth Peck. Oh, Seth.
Oh, no.
Bro. Ouch.
And you can't leave during a required either. Because if it was optional, you could get out, do another lap, come in, do your fast, and then get out. But that's...
Yeah. Good. Well, Seth, it was nice of you to turn up here this evening. And unfortunately... you're going to be a few laps down here, bud. I'm not going to lie. You're right. I don't know. 8 laps, 30 seconds a lap. See you in about...
You mean 8 minutes at 8 minutes at 30 seconds a lap? You're looking, that's to double it.
Yeah.
Roughly, but that's also under the assumption that we're taking these laps at full race pace instead of a minute 30.
Well, Seth, you might be the sort of you get within 10 laps. So there we go. Sorry, dude. I know I'm supposed to be more supportive than that, but unfortunately, we can't. Pace car is in now, lap 15. Alex Witt is on the front this time, and we know how good his starts are. And once again, he produces the start. He opens up, and we're back green racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And once more, it is Alex Witt out in front. He's opened up 6 temps already. Brandon McLaughlin going side by side with Devon Collicott. Noel Jackowitz slipping in the inside as well. Christian Strada. These guys are finding out up front. There's movements at the back. Daniel Jones is up 15 places currently at the moment here as well. And he's doing an absolutely stellar job with Joshua Kuhn, Derek Runn, and Andrew Williams, who's recovered, of course, after setting the caution off on lap 1 there, and has recovered back into 19th place. So a stellar job there as well. And that was a big old squeeze from the 97 Daniel Jones on the 84 of Derek Runge there. He nearly put him down in the apron there, Ken, and he squeezed him that much.
Yeah, and it's always scary because, I mean, obviously these cars can race beside each other a lot better than if you're looking at most, open wheelers or road cars, where this moment you get side by side, it just turns into a nightmare. So these cars obviously can drive a little more beside each other, but getting down that close to the apron always would make you get a little jittery and usually not super duper fun when you got a car that close to you pushing you down at the same time.
Yeah, definitely not. Devon Collicott, Brandon McLaughlin running side by side now. McLaughlin slots in there. Sorry, that's Strada behind McLaughlin, and he slots in. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me.
Well, that looks like... Oh...
Wayne Cannon and Derek Runge I've got currently.
Yep, there it is. I see them now. Oh.
That's what we on lap 18. I feel we may need a plumber. They got joined together and then... Whoa, Spainhour.
Ooh. The Spainhour stays it at least, but that look... Ooh. The 97 made sure to avoid that. It kind of looked like Cannon sort of came up a little bit as runs decided to not go all the way up, and it just kind of cascaded from there.
The problem is when you get hooked together, there ain't no.
Yeah,
you're in it, aren't you? You can't do a lot about it. Needed that, Seth.
I mean, hey, to be fair, he started. So the start of that caution, he was 4 minutes. You're gonna have about 3 laps. This should get him clear out of there and back going. Only down about he's down about 5 laps.
7. I got him on. I've got him
7
on
laps?
12 to 19 at the leader.
Oh yeah. Yes, I guess, yeah, you got it.
So there we go. I think we might possibly need a plumber here this evening, guys, because we are leaking cautions already. 3rd caution of the evening, and we're only on lap 20 here. So we've been here before. We've seen multiple races where we ended up with 12. I think it was, Kenton, at one point.
12's our record twice. Once in Dover last season, and then was that not Daytona?
So it's 2nd or 3rd race of the season, wasn't it?
It was the 2nd one, yeah. Because it was my first. I missed the first race of the season 6, so the 2nd race was my first one of the year, and I think it was Michigan. We had another 12.
I'm looking now. It was Michigan, yes. Right. Let's hope. Come on, boys. Come on. They've got to watch that outside line, haven't they, really? That coming up from the bottom is it just is it not being aware of space, what's around you?
I mean, it is a little bit, and it's hard anyone who's driven some of the other simulators and things like that, where you can have different camera angles. But here, I mean, you're in the cockpit. You can't, unless you have like triple monitors or extra ultra wide monitors, things like that. It does make it harder to see your sides. Like you can, even from this angle, like even if you're pulled back a little bit from this exact spot, you can't see what's beside you. You're relying on your spotter, and sometimes the spotter might say, oh, you're clear because it's looking at a different car, but not that one, and then suddenly you're not clear, and it does make it a little tougher. Obviously, you do need to know your car. You need to know who's around you. That's part of the job. It's part of why you're racing. But quite a bit unfortunate. But you do still have to be able to control your car. It's to bring in my Canadianness. It's like in hockey when you get a penalty for hitting someone with your stick in the face and getting a high stick. Even if they lifted your stick, you still have to have control of your stick. So still have to control your car. So a little unfortunate, but like I said, Jordan Malcolm's probably pretty happy. I think now that makes him on the lead lap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it puts him on lap 20 with everyone else. So he's wrapping it up here. He's making it there as well. Billy Cooper, TJ with a heart. Oh, love for TJ there. Thank you so much for joining us, Billy. Hope you are well. Here, Seth is now back out on track currently at the moment. He is 8 laps down. But as we say, caution leads cautions breed cautions, and we don't really want that. But I got a funny feeling this 125 laps could be a definite long one. Pace car lights are out here, Kent, and we are going to be green this time around.
Yeah, and actually, now that I think about it, I think Michigan was actually 14 cautions, or 15. I think it was 14. Because I think we had more than 12.
Did we?
I believe so. It was a lot of cautions.
Okay, as I sift through previous races here as well in my mound of paperwork, let's see how many cautions was Michigan. 14 Michigan was. 12 was Daytona. So 14.
Yes. Yeah, the first 2 races were very interesting. It did get better.
Wow, that's one way of looking at it, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Interesting is an interesting term here. But, you know, look, it's bizarre. It is bizarre because obviously when you look back at Nashville where we only had 4, I think it was, you know, and then we come to somewhere like Charlotte and we're on 3rd already on 22. So it's a tough one. but it seems to be this wide mentality. But we are back underway once more here again. We are back racing at Charlotte with the turn left, Don't Die 285, brought to you by All Odds Media, sponsored by the Killer Brownie Company. Go and check them out at killerbrownie.com down below and get yourself some amazing killer brownies if they're in your area. So moving on to this one now, lap 23. Let's hope this 28 that's gone off track here is not going to do that.
There's no one around, and he's only spun out with no damage, so they might not throw a caution flag here.
That is Yogi Shishela, and this is what happened to Yogi. I don't know if that looked like it was all on his own here as well, but I've got a funny feeling that Yogi is going to have to go into the pits and get it sorted out. Anthony Radel is swapping back. Whoa, Blake Lewis, where are you going? Blake Lewis completely disconnecting there and plummeting down the order. Unfortunately for Blake Lewis, it does look like a disconnect. Derek Runge is back out up and running as well, but Alex Witt leading the way here on lap 25. Yeah, it's I'm quite interested why Yogi hasn't. There wasn't a caution for Yogi Shishela there.
I think it's largely just because there was no cars around him, and he did get a little bit of damage. He managed to get off the racing line, and there was enough time for him to truly get off the racing line and out of the way. So, iRacing's pretty decent at that. He got dumped to throw the flag. I
don't know. I don't think he did. I don't know if he did on that one. I've got to kind of disagree a little bit because it doesn't actually look like he does get dumped out of it. I'm going to try and go back a little bit here and pick up Shishela. No, I need to go back a little bit further. So he's on the outside here. Calvin Ross is there behind him, and then he's got the 84 of Derek Runge, and you can't say he got dumped on that one, Emmett, I'm afraid. That was self-inflicted damage, wasn't it, really, Kenton, on that? He just got loose, he slid, and then he just kept sliding here. Dominic Pettini is another man that is rapidly falling down the order here as well. Dominic Pettini is down in 26th place currently at the moment as well. So there's a lot of weird things going on here on this timing board, and at the moment it is benefiting this guy in 20th, Jordan Malcolm, here as he got Jones in front of him with Ross behind him on the high side there as well, on the 84 of Runge, I believe that is, underneath, who is a lap down. Shishela's a lap down. Blake Lewis looks like he's out, and Seth Pegg is still up and running, but he's a long way back currently at the moment here as well. Pegg is 11 laps down. So there we go. Interesting one. I don't know why Bettini's gone shooting down the order any more than I know why Lewis has disconnected.
Yeah, it's I'm not really sure. It seems, I think something might be iRacing wise.
Yeah, because obviously at the end of the day, if it's happened at a specific moment, should we say, it may have affected more than one person. I've got this possible funny feeling that the drive, you know, there's others that may be affected by this, Kenton, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm going to put my hand up on that one. I'm working my way back in here. It dumped me out. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, let's hope out of everybody it doesn't dump me out.
Yes, yeah. Me, I can still see what's going on. I got an idea. I have all the timing boards and everything still up. It's actually kind of funny. It's just me staring at the loading screen while I can see what's going on the oval. I can see the loading board, so I'm good. Yeah, if you go down, we have a much bigger
yes,
problem.
Nobody's going to see anything.
Yeah, exactly. So I hope you stay good, but I'm working on it.
Right, let's hope it doesn't dump me out. It's unfortunately dropped Kenton out of it. It's dropped to what's looking like Blake Lewis and possibly Dominic Bettini there all at the same time. So let's hope that this doesn't happen and other people don't get dumped out of it as well. So there you go. Blake apparently was having internet issues and Dom had packet loss. So that's why Dominic Bettini is gone, and that'd be why Blake Lewis is out as well. But Alex Witt still out in front currently at the moment. Andrew Almquist trying to make his way through. He's up 5. He's got Jakowitz in front of him here as well. And it's Rodney Roberts with Andrew Williams. And Dan Michael, after being in the pits 5 times currently at the moment, I'd be interested to find out why Dan Michael's pitted 5 times. If anybody can help us out with that one, that would be great. I know Armand Brusso listens along here as well. So if anybody can tell me why Dan Michael's gone into the pits 5 times, that would be absolutely incredible. But Jakowitz under pressure here from Almquist currently at the moment. You can only hear me at the moment because I can't really talk to Kenton. Unless he...
Oh, I'm back. We're
back.
good.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm back, yeah.
Good. Right. So there we go. Kenton's back in it. Good boy. Well done, mate.
Yeah, it's been an interesting race already between the cautions and people dropping out and everything. It's yeah, so we're back and everything looks to be on the up and up again.
Yeah. It's been an interesting one for certain people here, and unfortunately for them, Anthony Radel battling out. We've got this packet, this sort of, I don't know, group of cars, I think would be the only way we could look at this here as well. And they're battling away. The caution is out. You can see it in the background. Stockner and Zach Lewis. This time around. Please don't tell me he's come up on him. Why am I on Radel here? I want to be on Zach Lewis. No, that was already going on. Let's see if I can find that. Stockner come up on Lewis that time.
It looks like it. I'm just trying to...
Yeah, he comes up on him.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. It's hard to say because the 16 moves down at the same time. You can see it just before they make contact. Yeah, if you watch... So watch the 16. So you can, the best way to see it is I like to follow the lines. So you can see that line and you can see it comes away from the wall just a bit and it looks like they get a little net code and that just sends everything. So it's kind of it looks almost like a combination of the two. Stockton definitely came up a lot further, but you can kind of see Zach Lewis just moves a little left. Not like massively, and it looked like he was just trying to correct, more so oversteer than anything. Yeah, I mean... It's mostly, I'd say, Stockton coming up, but like you'll just watch the 16. He gets up close to the wall, and then you'll see him pull away right there, and just kind of just a little bump out or away from the wall, like he's getting ready to turn in, but Stockton just didn't turn for him, and then he kind of tries to react, but unfortunately Stockton just kept going up at the same time. So
okay.
I mean, the fault still more than likely is on Stockton on that one, but I'm just saying. It wasn't 100%, like 95.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's fine. I do love these conversations we have on a Tuesday evening here as well. You don't forget, guys, let us know if you are here. We do say hi, we do talk to you, we do interact as well. So there we go. I found out that Dan Michael actually got damage from the first yellow, so he was involved in the caution with Andrew Williams, and that's why he's been in so many times. He's been repairing damage. I presume this is going to be bit by bit here as well. I tell you what, we haven't had a chat with a driver yet. Let's see who we can pull in for a quick chat, and we'll see if we can have a word with the leader currently at the moment, Alex. Alex, how are you?
Doing good.
I would say how's the racing been, but we're on lap 37 on caution number 4 already. Is it tough to get going? Is it tough to keep your concentration?
Not too much. I mean, definitely being out front, I'm sure I would be saying something different if I was back there and whatever's going on. But up here, it's just about trying to stay measured, save the tires, but also go fast at the same time and kind of see where everyone else is at for the first stage.
Yeah, we did discuss tire wear. Tire deck going to be a problem, do we think?
I think so. I mean, if we get some long runs going, especially in the second stage, you're going to be wanting tires more than you have them. So I think it'll come more into play then. The car's just pretty tight, so you have to be really careful with it.
Okay, bud. Well, good luck. I hope it goes well for you. We'll be hopefully back underway for a long period of time. But Alex, have a good one, mate.
Thank you.
Well, there we go. Saving tyres while trying to be fast. Don't you normally hear that in one sentence? Kenton. Why do I feel I've just completely lost Kenton here as well?
I'm back now. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, everything kind of cut out there. I'm not really sure what.
I was like, no. I'm sitting there thinking, I really can't do 80 laps on my own here because this is going to be a tough one. Yeah, Alex Witt, trying to be fast, saving tyres at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I threw on the. It's hard to do here. Like I said, it is a very tire munchy track. The cautions are definitely going to help because you're not wearing them nearly as often or nearly as hard. But it is going to be something they're going to want to try and avoid over driving when they are green. But at the rate they're going, you're probably going to be looking at stage break for having to swap tires, which you would not normally make that far in one of these races. But we'll see how it all ends up playing out, because unless these cautions stop, it's going to be a very, very long day for everybody involved.
Including me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were an hour in already, mind you, from the start of the broadcast, and we're only on lap 39.
I think they have a 2-hour max for their races, though, too.
Wow.
So we're hoping this isn't Singapore.
I kind of feel that might be a little bit optimistic, due to the fact that obviously where we're at already, don't get me wrong, what was it we did at Nashville? Like 80% of the laps under caution or something crazy along them lines? Not Nashville, Michigan.
Michigan, I think it was 40. We figured it out. Out of the 100 laps they did, I think it was 42 of them or something like that were under caution.
Yeah, nearly half the race under caution.
Yeah.
And I know Armand's come out, and I know he's addressed the situation, and Nashville was better. We were on 7 cautions here in Nashville, but we're now obviously back at Charlotte. Is this a road hangover? Maybe. Let's get this underway, and that will be a topic that me and Kenton will have a quick chat. As you can see, the bump drafting taking place already. Alex Witt says, nope, see you later, take care as well. Devin
That's not good.
Oh.
Saw that one happen.
Man.
Yeah, that's
That kicked off before it even gone anywhere, didn't we?
That was even before this. That was up at the front there. It looked like.
No, it wasn't. It was here. It was here. Andrew Williams.
It was, but he was in second at the time. That happened early, like right off the start line before he even started going. It looks like he.
How did Colin get involved in that? I'm a bit confused here. There's somebody on the wall. If you look up, he's hit the wall.
Yeah. So at the restart zone, he went and he got a little loose, it looks like. So if you go back a little further there, you'll see him start to accelerate, and then he starts kind of fishtailing a bit, kind of like Jordan Malcolm at the start of the road race there. Yeah, see, he doesn't get touched, but he just gets himself into the wall, and unfortunately kind of bounced, and a couple cars were able to get by it, but...
Did he...
Yeah, he just loses it. I mean, that would be a huge net code at that point.
But look at his angle of ascent into the wall. That's where I'm fearing. Watch his angle. It doesn't...
I think it was just he got on the throttle a little too aggressive with cold tires, and it just sent him around. So again, we watched Jordan Malcolm do that in where we're in Road America last week. Is he puts his foot down and the car just went hard right, and it looks very similar to what just happened there. And I think that's just an unfortunate racing incident that collected half the field.
Yeah, Williams was involved. Kuhn was involved. Oh dear.
Radel, it looks like, in the 21, that got him too, and
Sherman was
Jordan
off.
Malcolm.
Yeah, Malcolm got caught up in it.
Malcolm gets a little bit of a ding. Although I think Malcolm got it lucky.
I think Malcolm may have actually avoided some of this. Because from his
He just gets a little love touch. Right there. Just a little love tap.
Yeah.
But he manages to keep it going and stay out of trouble.
Yeah, I believe he probably did. But look, this is what he can see here as the cars start coming. Whoa!
That's a scary look.
Wow! A car coming out of the middle of nowhere. All of a sudden, you just see that car coming that way. Yeah, well, there we go. Oh, dearie me. Oh, I'd probably sit there and think, yep, probably need to go and change my underwear about that time.
Yeah, he a little sketchy there. Not what you want to see, but well, yeah, that's a little terrifying. It's just like all of a sudden in your face there's a car and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. Let's see if we can pull in our wonderful trackside steward, as he has been for most of this season, Mr. Armand Brousseau. Good evening, Armand. How are you, brother?
I'm doing okay, I guess.
Doing okay?
I'm just okay. Not too high, not too low. We're we had a good little clean lap there, so fingers to stay crossed. Things have gotten slightly better until that last caution, but that's a simple mistake, so I'm not angry about that. That happens to the best of us.
Are we saying Collicott just floored the throttle and went directly right? Yeah, we saw it with Jordan Malcolm.
So yeah, the driver's only got 2 extra tire sets out there, so they're running on 40-lap old tires. So he went from like 7,000 RPMs to 9,000 RPMs in a matter of seconds, and the tires just gave out on him. So he immediately apologized and said that was embarrassing. Like, I can't be mad at that.
No, definitely not. We're on caution 5. We're on lap 43. Are we under a time limit here this evening?
Technically, the race has an hour and 55 minutes to get done.
Okay.
So, yes, technically, we could run out of time. I don't think we will. I think things will get better. I'm praying. I'm trying to stay positive here, Jim.
I know you are, mate. I know. And me and Kenton are exactly the same up here in the booth, bud. I'm not going to lie. We are trying to stay positive. But I'm having flashbacks of previous early rounds here as well. At the end of the day, as I say, 5th caution, lap 44, and we've still not even really halfway through the race. Have you had a word? Because I know you sit in the driver's chat.
I have had a word on the radio after every caution.
Right. Okay.
I have been told that I've been speaking with venom, is what I've been. Apparently, I sound very angry. So I'm trying to be more positive because be less angry.
Okay, well, maybe that's what we need. We need a supportive, happy Armand Brousseau, I guess.
Yeah, I don't drink, but this Tuesday nights I have thought about it.
Right. Well, you sit there with a beer going, right, I need this before we go anywhere.
Yeah, I just don't like the taste of alcohol, but it's looking very good right about now.
He's gonna have to bust out that chamomile tea right now.
Yeah, I believe so. That's what I've been doing. Right, Armand, we'll let you go. We're going to be back on the races shortly there, bud. Let's see how we get on.
Hey, have a good rest of the show, boys.
Take care, mate. Well, there you go. Pace car coming in. Lights are out. We're going to be back racing once more. Here as well, it's going to do that awkward 90-degree left turn, which I'm pretty sure it doesn't normally do in real life. Alex Witt will lead the way with Christian Strada as well. Believe it or not, Jordan Malcolm sitting in 10th place. After starting the race a lap down, we're back underway. We're back racing once more. It's all go once again at Charlotte. Spain was on the outside. They're running double lanes at the moment. Can this work, Kenton? Can we run double lanes around Charlotte without any issues?
You can. But you got to be careful as we see Noel dropping back very quickly there. And you definitely can. It's just, you have to be very mindful of what's going on around you and where those other cars are. Because obviously you don't want to cause an incident or anything along those lines. And if you start seeing 3, that's when we panic. That's when you get the minion coming out with all the sirens going off. That's a problem. The 2 you can. it's not the greatest, but obviously you want to jostle for your position. You want to make those moves and things like that, and you have to go around somebody at some point. You can't just hope they disappear for you. So 2 is doable. If we start seeing 3, then I'm gonna worry a little more.
Yeah, we're not in Harry Potter, unfortunately. They can't just evaporate here either. I'm a bit worried about Brandon McLaughlin. I'm not going to lie. That's the second run he's had, and the second time he almost thought about putting us 3 wide here with Rodney Robertson, Hunter Carlson and Christian Strada. But Brandon McLaughlin is looking very racy. He's got a nice little run once more coming out into turn 3. Here, and he's looking more of a tyre saver than I think anything else at the moment, isn't he? He's running that high line. He's keeping as far out as he possibly can. Is he saving tyres early on?
I think he's just trying to make it to the stage break at this point. I mean, it's lap 50, so or whatever the next lap is, or whatever the next caution is, or lap 50, and these guys are like Brusso said, we're on 40. Most of them are on 40-plus lap old tires, and Charlotte's not forgiving to tire wear. So these guys are kind of hoping these just hold on a little bit just to make that next lap so they can come in and get some new tires for their good chunk of the next part of the race.
Stage break is coming up. It's going to be Alex Witt taking the 10 points. Strada, Carlson, Roberts, McLaughlin. McLaughlin, however, has got his nose in front over Roberts. Dan Michaels trying to push up here as well. But it is going to be this man out in front by 1.59 seconds. Alex Witt will take this stage victory. Strada, Carlson, Roberts, McLaughlin. Roberts did get McLaughlin with Michael in 6th. Andrew Onquist. TJ as well picked up some points there as 2 points, 1 point, no, 3 points, 1 point for Anthony Radel and 1 point for Jordan Malcolm. So there we go. A stellar job from them here as well. So Alex Witt picking up the 10 points for the stage win. Well done, Alex. There we go.
I like Billy Cooper. I like her response here to driving on this. It's not easy. It is very difficult.
I give props to all these drivers who do this. I went to TJ's and tried racing, and it is not easy. That's TJ's mum, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, TJ's mum. Dad's in here as well, Mr. Spainhouse Senior. Lydia was in here earlier, which is obviously Mrs. Spainhour. So there we go. Yeah. Right. 6th caution. First non-forced caution. 5 forced cautions previously to this, and everybody is waiting for the pit window to open here because they will start dropping in very, very shortly when the pits go green. There we go. I'm pretty sure I can call this now. The whole field is going to go in. I'll be very surprised if anybody is out.
The only thing I could see someone staying out is, I know there was a couple of people who went in late, but for the most part, or like had gone in at like lap 41. I think, who was that? Andrew Williams. I don't think he's gonna pit.
I don't think Collicott will either. He's on lap 42, pitted last time as well, and he shoots up to the top. So Collicott, they're taking the lead. I'll be surprised if Derek Runge doesn't come in. He's, I don't know if he is still running, but it is a race out of the pits at the moment here as well. And it is Alex Witt who jumps out in front of Strada, in front of Carlson, Roberts, McLaughlin, Michael, Almquist, TJ, Malcolm, Jakowitz, Kern, Keith, Sharp. Runge is now going up past and making places up as well, but I am surprised he hasn't jumped in considering he pitted on lap 18. Andrew Williams is behind the pace car. So the people that are in front of him, Kuhn, Kimber and Sherman, should get in and out before Williams comes around and takes them there as well. So, yeah. Lap 52, stage break. Okay. Right. Where we at here? Because we've had a very jumbled start. A lot of people out of position. You know, we've got Dan Michael who's up 17. TJ's up 12. Jordan Malcolm's up 15, and let's not forget for Jordan Malcolm, he started a lap down here, right? He had that stop and hold for a lap, and he lost 3 laps. He got 2 back as well over the period of the caution, so he's now on the lead lap for a man that was a lap down. Stellar job.
Yeah, no, I mean, the fact that he's anywhere close to, you know, the top 10 is incredible at this point. Though I'm sure the consistent cautions has definitely helped him out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's been a very odd race. I wouldn't be shocked. Alex Witt seems to have the easiest drive so far, the cleanest so far. But we'll have to kind of see how it all ends up playing out. I know Collicott is going to be hoping that he can kind of keep it going, but I think if it comes to green flag pit stops, he might be a little luckier than everyone else because he's going to have to come in earlier just with when he pit last being what was it, lap 41 I believe, so, or 42, so it'll be interesting. Curious how it all plays out. Hopefully it's a lot of green flags because I like green flags, they're more fun.
I like green flags too, especially, you know, being 2 a.m. I'd love a green flag race, but knowing what we've seen already, it's tough to see that being happening. Maybe, don't you think?
Yeah. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. And I don't think Armin Brusso should because it might pop a vein in his forehead. But yeah, who knows?
Armin popping a vein in his forehead, that would be, I tell you what, he's probably exploding about now. Drop Shot Progeny, Big Bro is here too, 86 all day. Yep, Mr. TJ there in the Kelly Services 86 car. Alex, we're up in front, and we still under. Is that lights off or on there? I do struggle to see with this car. Is he?
I think it's off.
Is he off or on?
I think so.
Oh, we are.
I don't
off.
see him on the sides.
Okay, we're off. So we are going green this time around. I was going to have a quick chat with TJ, but I'll probably leave him alone at the moment. Because that's the last thing he's going to want to do as they're about to go green. He's having a chat with me, I'm not going to lie. But I'll see if we can catch up with TJ a little bit later. I'm sure. Let's hope we get a little bit further on. You know, lap 80, lap 90. Optimistic, do you think, Kenton?
Lap 107.
Okay.
Because then it's a shootout for the final, and I like it.
Okay, 107, that's when we're going to have a yellow. I'm going to write that down, actually. I'm going to go with lap 95, but...
Okay.
I've got a funny feeling it could be within 3 laps. But
I mean, it could be this lap.
Let's see. Devon Collicott leading us away. He's on that opening spot here. And we're back underway, racing here at Charlotte after the stage break. And it is Collicott, it is Witt, it is Strada, Carlson, Roberts, McLaughlin there as well. Spainhour on the inside as well. He's running currently at the moment, tucked up, trying to be tucked up behind Jordan Malcolm and Andrew Onquist. Not a bad couple of people to be tucked up behind, to be on there.
We made it half a lap.
I told you it could be within 3.
We're both very wrong. Lap 55. There you go. Drop a shot, called it.
Yeah, pretty much. And this is why. That was Dan Michael in that one.
Yeah, I didn't see who connected with who. Oh, it looks like Dan Michael actually got spun there. It looked like he was going straight. It's hard to see from in.
Yeah, it was the 81. Is that 81?
Yep.
Is that McLaughlin?
It's hard to see. I can't see the roof or the front or the side.
Oh, it was
81. Yep.
It was the 81 of Brandon McLaughlin.
And then poor Dan Michael gets obliterated by, I think that was the. Trying to see which car that was.
I'm wondering if that was Daniel Jones may have been in this and launched Michael up into the area. There's a lot of people out of no, it wasn't Dan Jones. It was Wayne Cannon.
It was a
Wayne
Jordan
Cannon.
Malcolm and Taylor and TJ managed to avoid that one beautifully.
Yeah,
But Dan Michael took a big hit on his rear bumper there.
Let's see here what TJ does. Just goes left. Oh, I can imagine TJ sat in that rig, grabbing that steering wheel and literally crying. But that affected Michael, Cannon, Kuba, and Ross as well. What did Chi Kuba see then? This is on the.
There's another hit. Yeah, there was another hit behind it too.
Yeah, Chi Kuba. That's Cannon in front. I've got a funny feeling. Is that I'm not entirely sure what Chi got up to there, but anyway. Okay, well, I'm going after him. Where are you, sir? I'm going to have a chat with Mr. TJ Spain out here. Managed to avoid that wreck there, TJ, excellently. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Not bad. Did you pray and hope that you'd miss it? Because them cars were coming back.
I was just having flashbacks to like the first wreck.
What are we? Come on, dude. What are we going to get from you today? Because you're sitting in 8th at the moment. Are you going to take this?
I'm trying my best, and I feel fast out here. I mean, I started 27th. I had a horrible qualifying, and the outside line is fast, especially in 1 and 2. It's hard for me in 3 and 4. It's you get a little bit tight, but we'll see what we can do. I'm going to try and beat out Jordan on the fuel game, but I doubt it's going to happen.
How are you based on tires at the moment? Have you only used one set?
Yeah, I used the one. I thought I was going to have some optional repairs done based on contact from one of the earlier cautions, and it turned out pretty well. I took fuel early on, lost some positions because of it, but because of that, my pit stop was shorter at stage.
No, definitely was there, mate, as well. And under 7 cautions already on lap 55.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want a Michigan 14 caution evening, do we?
I hope this is the last caution. It'd be nice to run the rest of it green. The longer these tires work, the better the car feels. We only got down to like 90% on all tires last run.
Okay, mate. Well, TJ, good luck as always there, bud. Let's see that win, and I'll pop you back up in the room with Christian and Brandon.
Take it easy, fellas.
Take care, man. Well, there you go. 90%.
I think this is his home race too.
Yeah.
I think he's from North Carolina, so yeah.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it, really? But that was a chat there. TJ got the game plan. The rest better watch out. He about to come to live, says, I'm going to presume that says Wizard. So, well, let's see. Can he take his first win this season and last season? Because I don't believe he won last season either. So can he take his first win? That's going to be the question here as well. The lights are going to be out, I would have thought, this time around. They have. So we're going to be back up the way in a lap's time.
And Jordan Malcolm's already up into P6 now.
I wouldn't put it past him for the win,
Yeah, no, I thought it was kind of funny, TJ saying that he's gonna try and out fuel game Jordan Malcolm. It's like, that's a tough one. He's kind of good at the just enough fuel to finish.
I've just found out that they are Spain hours at 1.5 hours from Charlotte Speedway. So practically a home race, isn't it?
I mean, basically, it's right next door in that sense.
Well, it's for you in America because 1.5 hours for you isn't very long. For us in the UK, we sit and moan about that. But then
That's
again,
just an hour and a half. You're like 3 countries over in Europe.
Yeah, all right. You'll be over here soon.
Soon enough. Yeah, an hour and a half from here, I'm barely outside the city.
Yeah, an hour and a half from me, probably halfway up to London, give or take. So different city altogether. Right, pace car's going to be coming in. We're lap 59. We're going to be back underway here once more. We're going to see it do that weird left turn. Devon Collicott now is going to be effectively the pace car. How much longer can we last here? Can we get going? Can we see a long green run? Everybody is praying for it. TJ said the longer the run, the better the tyres. So let's see what happens here as well. As at the moment, Collicott has got the run on with Strada, Roberts, Carlson, Malcolm and Spainhour. Spainhour up another place in 7th already, passing Noel Jackowitz here once more. Back up and running. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say anything about what I was going to almost say there, but yeah, they're running well. And I mean, this kind of duel going on between Witt and Collicott has been very interesting. They're kind of riding that high line for Witt, and Collicott having to stay in that lower lane. Obviously, you mean just watching this, you can see it is so much faster up there. Witt just flies by going into and out of corners, not having to go, ooh, that got a little close. Not having to brake as much to stay down near that lane, or down near the apron, but Strada definitely looking to get involved here.
Yeah, it definitely is. Surely that lower lane, right? The shorter the distance. Does it not work like that?
Not always, strictly because you have to brake more to get down there. Right. And you have to have more of an angle to come down that far. The little higher up you're able to, looks like something happened way on the backside of the track there.
I've got a funny feeling this may have been Benny Shishella here. No, he definitely was not the yellow flag. Got a funny feeling Yogi may have been up to no good here. I'm sure that is a complete repeat of the incident earlier on.
Definitely looks like it.
It is, right? I'm not losing the plot right about now, and I've just had a mad case of deja vu, but I am sure that is pretty much the same scenario as what we watched early on.
And that's kind of an issue with getting on the throttle. Ooh, that was a pretty hard hit, too. That'll knock a tire out of alignment pretty easy.
Because it just does the same thing, right? It comes out of the corner, and it just goes left. All on his own.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. Coming out of these corners, once again, I mean, we've talked about it with going from the higher banking to a lower banking. I know with Charlotte, it's, I believe, 5 degrees on the straights. Yeah, it's about 5 degrees on the straights coming from a 24 on the turns. Like, that's a huge drop. And if you're on the throttle a little too much, or if you got a little early on throttle, it can definitely send you around very quickly.
Caution number 8. I would say 7 because obviously the forced stage brake caution, but we forced caution there as well. We are also an hour from North Wilkesboro, which we will be going back to at the end of September. That is a lot of incidents in the first half of the race. Media Obelisk. I feel your pain, bro. It isn't our highest currently, I've got to be honest. Michigan provided that, gave us 14. But yeah, it's almost leaking within a tap section that we may need a plumber. So, yeah. iRacing through the yellow, apparently, because Seth was coming and Yogi was coming backwards, back towards the track. So iRacing through the yellow flag. So,
that makes sense. Unlike the last one, yeah, there was more cars coming behind him, so... Yeah. That does make sense, although I think he is now done.
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling.
I think he's disconnected.
Yeah, he's out. I've got this funny feeling he could be out. So, there we go. Spainhour still sitting in 7th. Keith up 14, sitting in 13th. With Raider, who's also up 14, sitting in 12th. Malcolm's up 19 currently at the moment. An incredible run from Jordan Malcolm. I have to say, I'm not even going to remotely put it past him for the win. I think he's driving so within, I'm not going to say caution, but he's doing what he said at the beginning, right? Staying out of wreck, staying out of trouble, got the laps back, and is now in the fight. I think that's the thing. I think he is well within this scrap here going on currently at the moment. And I've got a funny feeling he may be a bit of a dark horse here.
Yeah, I'm curious what he's driving under the apron. Or is he just kind of doing weird things?
I don't know.
Or is it? Yeah, I'm like, Or is he planning a fuel stop, or just was being Aussie? I don't know.
I was gonna say that. Maybe he was just being Australian, right? But then I kind of thought in my head, is that a little bit like touchy-feely? But I don't know. Anyway, Jordan Malcolm doing Jordan Malcolm things.
Yeah, I've been playing Aussie rules football. Aussies they're a different breed.
Yeah, that's without a shadow of a doubt. I think we can all agree on that one. But aren't we all at some point?
Yeah, there. I was gonna say, I guess, yeah. You willingly strap on razor sharp blades and fire a vulcanized rubber puck at myself and people. So yeah,
exactly.
Can't say it's. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was dancing madly in the shop the other day, and my two boys were stood there, actually not even stood near me because they walked away from me when I started doing a great impression of Dad dancing in the middle of the shop. Because I thought, why not? And they were looking at me like, Dad, please stop. Please literally stop what you're doing right about now. However, my daughter was loving it. She was dancing with me. My boys, not so much. So there we go. You only live once, right? We might as well do it in public.
Yeah. And if you can't embarrass your kids, what's the point?
Exactly. Right, lights are out on lap 66, and hopefully we'll be back underway here as well. We won't end up... I'm going to say we're not going to hit 10, but I've got a funny feeling we are, considering we're not even halfway through the first half, as Media Obelisk said. Right.
Yeah, it's...
Let's see. Right, back underway once more. Alex Witt is on the inside this time. He is going to be that lead car as we're going to get back underway. Some green flag racing. Go, go, go here at Charlotte. Once more. And we're back up and running. We are back up and running. Let's see for how long here as well. I know people have had an optimistic couple of laps. Drop Shot got it right on the last one. Jordan Malcolm trying to shift around the outside of Hunter Carlson currently at the moment. He's up on the high side. He has made that high side work. He's now looking at the 29 in front of him. That's Christian Strada, who's also running that high side line as well. And poor Rodney Roberts on the inside could get eaten up here if Malcolm decides that he's going to go out around him all at the same time as we're coming into the entry of one here, Kent, and it looks like we're back underway, and it looks like we are a little bit cleaner currently at the moment. Touch wood.
Yeah, 100% knock wood on that. But yeah, Jordan Malcolm, I mean, him and Strada are a little bit kind of working together, and I know if I'm Roberts, it's a little concerning, because if you have two guys up on your outside suddenly, that can get kind of scary. As we can see, Malcolm looking to try and make a move here now. But it's very interesting to see kind of how some of these guys react to these situations. I know Carlson is trying it looks like trying just to stay on the back end of Jordan Malcolm, as Spainhour trying to catch up with Runge, as Runge battled his way back up as well after he had that incident earlier that dropped him fairly back. He's kind of battled his way back up near the front. Chi Kuba, he's still working her way up towards the front as well, but not doing too bad, is it? Nope.
Oh, Brandon McLaughlin in the 81. That was nearly a repeat of the last one, with Michael there as well, and Kuba probably sat there counting. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. On the inside, on the inside. We might be all right. We might be all right, but Kuba does not look all right currently at the moment. Kuba does not look okay. Looked like a bent front left there.
Yeah, it looked like, she just got a little loose coming out of the, I believe that was actually coming out of turn 2, and just got spun the car, drove straight down into that wall on the back straight, knocked her left front out of alignment, and back to the pit she goes.
Yeah, on board with Devon Collicott currently at the moment. He's got Rodney Roberts right behind him. We can see Jordan Malcolm in front. Big old lift. You can see, you can see what you mean when you go off the stretches and then you go on to the actual corner banking. It is such a shift. Look at the car.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, you're going up, I believe it's around 20 degrees difference. Yeah, it's 24 versus 5 on the straight, so it's 19 degrees difference. But it's a lot, like, and it's jarring. So again, that's the kind of the reason you got to sort of feather the throttle coming out of the corner, or at least be very under control and at the kind of right angles, because otherwise you run too much of a risk of the back end sliding out on you, especially once the tires start getting older and older, as it looks like we do have another caution.
We do. Where was that?
I think it was in the turn going into turn 3, it looked like, but I don't think it was too many. I think it might have been, just Almquist losing it a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like maybe Andrew Almquist hit.
Oh,
he did, and there was contact there as well with the 5. That's Stockner, and I tell you what, Paul Stockner is just not loving this evening here as well. Caution 9 out on lap 73. Stockner again, and Almquist for the first time here, and it looks like Almquist just lost it and slid down. So there we go. Unfortunately for Andrew Almquist. I had to brake to avoid someone cutting me and died. Sorry, guys. I believe that's Chikuba there as well. We can have a look back and see where that actually happened, considering we're under caution. I think we're a little bit further back from where that is saying is the incident. I've got a funny feeling I might go back a little bit too far here, but let's have a look.
Would be coming out of this corner, I think. It looks like, let's see.
Oh, I thought there was going to be movements down there. That's the number 4, isn't it?
Yeah, so it'd be coming out of this next corner a little bit. We'll get there.
Yeah, I did say I think I might have gone a little bit too far back there, but let's see where this all kicks off for Chikuba here. We've got a bit of time. The pace car is out once more for caution number 9 due to Almquist coming down and Stockner being there, unfortunately. Here, does this involve Brandon McLaughlin at the top part and Dan Michael? I'm a little bit worried here because obviously, no, that's all on your own. Doosh. That was all on her own on that one, wasn't it?
Kind of looks like it. I mean, it does look like you can see the cars above start to move, and I think she braked to avoid any possibility of that problem. And then just unfortunately, it sent it sideways.
Yes, definitely did. And unfortunately for Kuba, it's I think another retiree. Regardless of the outcome, I think that might have been the best qualifying this season. Yeah, it did. Calvin Ross, where's the checkup? Don't know on that one. So, well, leave that one open up and see how that all pans out. But lap 76, we're 50 laps away from the end.
Yeah, I was going to say, as she says there, from the cockpit, it looks a lot closer. Yeah, I was going to say, because you could see them start kind of moving down, and I've driven on this track, and everyone looks real close to you when you're driving on here, because it is, everyone tries to be so tight, especially on corners. So, I've seen that 100% understand that feeling.
What, being feeling like you're an orange in an orange juicer. Here, so there we go. But we're caution number 9 here. Been a tough race for these drivers, I think. Tough race.
Yeah, it always makes it a little harder when it's stop and go. Because you want to keep going and you want to get into a rhythm, and it's hard to get into a rhythm, and then it makes it so much tougher that way.
Yeah, definitely. But pace car lights are out. We're going to be back up and running again here as we go over the halfway point now. We have got currently 40 laps, 48 laps, if I'm not mistaken, remaining here at Charlotte. This is caution number 9. I've got a kind of a funny feeling here, Kenton, that we could be on for a shoe-in of definitely 10 cautions.
I got a good feeling at least 10, yeah.
At least, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Jordan Malcolm's doing it again. I don't know what it's doing again. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
No, me neither. But, he is a man up 10 places, sitting in 15th at the moment. So, I suppose from a tyre preservation point of view, this is doing them some good, isn't it, really? They're saving tyres on every caution.
Yeah, definitely is a good thing, although I'm curious how Jordan Malcolm must have pit. It looks like, yeah, he did. I was going to say, how did he was in the top 5, so I'm very curious as to how he suddenly dropped all the way down to 15th. So yeah, he must have pit.
Yeah,
and he did. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it definitely is going to help. Obviously.
We are underway there. That would look to the sorry there, Kenton, but it did look a little bit close here with Robertson, Collicott and Michael. And Strada in the mix once more. Spain Hours on the inside now behind Jakowitz. Currently at the moment, Williams, Radel, Kuhn here as well. Kuhn's in the wall. Yes! Gee whiz, Batman.
I don't know if Dan Michael just saw him heading to the wall and reacted, or was able to react beforehand, but at the moment he hit that wall, Dan Michael kicked right out from behind him and avoided kind of causing more chaos with that. So props to Dan Michael on that ability to avoid, because that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I definitely thought at one point, mate, I definitely thought we were going caution 10 here, and not many further after there as Kuhn runs up into the wall. Unfortunately, Michael pops out and says, nope, I am not coming with you there. Hunter Carlson is out in front. Radel's popping up the inside of Spainhour currently at the moment. Spainhour could probably do with either settling in front of Radel. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, man. These cars from these angles, there's 3 wide further back here, almost as well, with Kuhn, Williams and Michael. They've settled back in once more here, Kenton, but boy, oh boy, they're moving around all over the place.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement, and obviously with these cars, you don't really want too much of that. It's kind of want to keep it as tight and straight as you can and kind of stick to lines, but obviously, you still have to move around so you can make passes and things, and there's a lot of passing going on right now.
Yeah, there is. Literally, there's too much to even keep up with here. Michael's trying to squeeze in the middle of Spainhour and Radel. Is he going to be able to make this through here? Not this time around, I don't believe. He's going to slip past Radel, though. He will slip past Radel. He's going to run the inside line over Spainhour. He's trying to run that upper line. Preserving tyres as best he physically can here for Spainhour, but no need to close the door. It's a long race. We've still got a good old few laps to go, but you can see everybody having a good old shift once more. It's always going to be tough here.
Yeah, it's a very tricky track, and as there's a little bit of contact there. I'm not sure if Dan Michael has now dropped down. He hit the wall fairly hard there, was able to keep it pointed straight and sort of stay on the track. I don't think he caused too many issues, but I think Spainhour got a little bit of a
scare,
kind of followage there, and kind of joined him in the wall, but not quite as hard. He kind of reacted last second to avoid it too much. But yeah, Dan Michael unfortunately making good contact. And Dan Michael's having a fantastic. He's up in P9, considering he was in the pits. He's been in 6 times now,
something like that. So, yeah. Well, I've actually got him down at 9, but I don't know how accurate that might be here. But there was a big old squeeze on Jakowitz and Williams there as well. Jakowitz moved away at the last moment. But boy, oh boy, did he try and squeeze Williams as much as possible. He's doing it again. Oh.
Rubbin's racing. We're hitting that point.
Yeah, I know what
Guys
you're
are getting
saying.
a little...
Oh, McLaughlin's run on the outside. He clears Cohen. Is he going to clear Jackowitz at the same time? McLaughlin got a run there off that corner and did a stellar job.
He gave Noel just a little bit of a bump there. Unfortunately, it looked like he got him on the right outside bumper there, but it was able to keep it pointed forwards. Little sketchy. He almost sent Noel around, but he was able to keep the car facing the right way.
That outer line out of turn 2 seems to work wonders. I'm not going to lie, McLaughlin's made the most of that line out of turn 2 for a while, and he's been taking that upper line, and he seems to be, he comes off it like an absolute slingshot rocket here. And you'll be able to see it as he comes out the exit of 2. He just seems to gain so much more pace. There he goes. Jackowitz just got no answer, and between him and Spainhour, and McLaughlin's done the same thing over Jackowitz as well. That outside line, surely you've got to be looking at it going, well, you know, look at these. He's a slingshotting past me like an absolute rocket here. You've got to follow, right?
You definitely, but it's funny because it doesn't seem to be having the same effect on turns 3 and 4 there. So it's kind of an interesting that the high line on 1 and 2 seems really strong, but then on 2 and 3 not quite as much. So if you kind of have to carry as much speed as you can to kind of hope that it stays that way.
Yeah, definitely. Spainhour's dropping back a little bit. I'm wondering if he's cooking tyres at the moment. He was lap 51, so he has been 36 lap old tyres. We're going to be 3 wide. He is looking loose at the minute. I'm not going to lie here for TJ. He's got to try and either cement it or go in and get some fresh rubber, because if he can do 36 laps, he should be able to near enough get to the end here as well, and will be in a bit of a better position. Try and say that when you've got false teeth in here as well. So are we going to be looking at green flag pit stops, do you think?
I think it's almost going to be a necessity here, which will, I think, play very, very much in the favor of Jordan Malcolm. I think because he's not really pushing, it doesn't seem like, down still in 16th there, and just kind of sticking with that group. And if guys have to start, doing these green flag pit stops and it stays like that, it might be a good time for him, as he's going to have less of an issue trying to battle up near the front again.
Yeah, definitely. Witt is out in front by nearly a second over Roberts, with Runstrada, Collicott there, Carlson, Radel, Williams, Michael, McLaughlin, Jackowitz, Sharp, Kern and TJ. I think it could be pit time, young sir. I'm not going to lie, I'm no expert, but I think it definitely could be a pit time here, with Jordan Malcolm making up 9 places currently at the moment, who has gone into the pits, went in on lap 74, I believe. And TJ once more down 2 within a space of a short 100-meter bit of a track there. Yeah, could be fresh rubber time for TJ, I believe.
I think a lot of these guys are going to be looking to get some new rubber very quickly. I mean, lap 51 for a good chunk of the field here. You're looking already 40 lap old tires. Yes, there's been a couple of cautions since then. I think that was 7. We're on 9 now, so only 2. You're gonna have to start looking about time to consider it, at least. That I think if anything, if you haven't pit by lap 100, you're probably gonna want to come in. I mean, you're looking at 50 lap old tires on Charlotte. Those won't feel the best.
No. You can see that over the lap times as well. Witt on a 30.15 is best. Last time out he did a 30.8. So 7/10 difference there on lap times. Spainhour's gone down again behind Sherman, so he's down in 17th now. Who's going to blink first? I think. Do we think they're waiting for a caution, or they're waiting as McLaughlin's rubbing the wall? Do we think they're waiting for a caution, or do we think that they're trying to see who blinks first, and then they're going to be going in there as well?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like, you've got some of your your guys outside of the top 5 are kind of who's going to go in first, who's going to make the first move. Is a leader going to do it? Is Alex Witt going to hop in? Because I think as soon as you see 1 or 2 guys start to make that move to going into the pits, it's going to cascade very quickly, and a lot of guys are going to be flying in very fast to get some new tires there and kind of take advantage as best they can. And obviously, if we continue like this, it's going to be a go in with a small group, because if you're trying to get into the pits here with a large group, like it's a tight pit lane. It could get a little hairy coming into the pits there.
Yeah, I wonder who is going to blink first here, and is anybody going to blink at all, because lap times have dropped off. Devon Collicott solo.
Interesting. I mean, smart move. We're not in a draft heavy track. You're not, Daytona and things like that where you need someone. And yes, it's going to hurt because he's going to drop pretty fast down the order. But now he doesn't have, 4 or 5 other cars all trying to get into the pit lane at once. So he can get in, get out, get going.
Get in, get out, spin the car up, and cause himself a little bit of trouble.
I saw that. I was like, his car just stopped. I don't know what happened, but yep.
That.
Yeah. You don't want to do that coming out of the pit lane, though.
No.
Ideally.
Spinning out of a pit lane. Not an ideal scenario. However, for Collicott, he tried something and clearly it didn't work. So,
and there's going to be a caution.
There we are. Well, we saw that one.
Yep.
That was Anthony Radel, caution number 10.
Yeah, I think that one's on Radel, if you ask me a little bit. I believe it looks like he just comes all the way up. And there's not really a whole lot that Hunter could have done there. He just kind of had a car suddenly in his front.
Yeah, now this is where the rush is going to be, isn't it? This is going to be just a full pit lane now.
Yeah, if you're not going into the pit lanes, it's I'm very questionable here. At this point, you're looking. What are we? It's 27 laps, 28 laps. A set of tires will last you that. Yeah. So if you're not even, I would honestly even be surprised if Jordan Malcolm doesn't at least come in, because I don't know if he would have taken tires in that last stop. It doesn't look like he did. I think it was about 9 seconds his last pit. So yeah, I'd be shocked if pretty much everybody doesn't come in.
Yeah, I think they need to. I think everybody will be heading down pit road. Cody Kern decided that he's not going to, and Jordan Malcolm.
It looks like Kern and Malcolm both actually pit on lap 74, so they're hoping to just kind of push these tires through.
That's a big ask, isn't it?
It's definitely not the easiest. It'll take a little bit of effort, and Almquist, I think, is just trying to get back a lap here. So he'll stay out, run his extra lap, and then probably hop into the pits while everyone's still under caution.
Yeah. Kern, Malcolm, and I believe that's Calvin Ross and Seth Pegg. All of the 4 that didn't go in. But yeah, we'll have to see how this one pans out. Coming into the last 25. 25 to go soon, guys. It's been a long one.
Yeah. But at least exciting.
Yes, absolutely. So there you go. Thank you so much if you are here joining us as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the bells, guys, because we've got a lot of racing this week coming up on the GPB YouTube channel as well. The GT4s return tomorrow night at 8 o'clock UK time, and they're at Watkins Glen. So if you want to watch some GT4s at Watkins Glen. And then we've got the LSRL W12s, TCRs, all on that Wednesday evening as well in 8 p.m. US time. So get yourself involved in that one, where it will be myself, Kenton and Biggles all in the broadcasts. Not all in the same one, because we've got 2 going out at the same time. But, you know, the teams will be there. It'll be fine. I know what I'm trying to say. But let's see how we get on for the last 20. I knew where I was going with that, but, you know, give me a break here, right? It's, you know, 25-3 with teeth aren't
there you
working.
go. That's fair, and it does look like Calvin Ross and Seth Pegg have both gone into the pits now.
Yeah.
I think Calvin is on his way back out. Seth is still in.
No, he's out. Seth's on his way out as well.
He's out now.
Michael's on his way out. Michael's in 19th now, though. So, but he is still up from where he started, I'm not going to lie. But it's not been the damn Michael we normally see. You know what I mean?
No, I think he's, whatever damage he's having might be a little more significant, even though it's, you know, one of those optional repair kind of things. Had those. They feel terrible. You're just trying to drive and your steering wheel's not 100% straight, so it makes it a lot harder, and yeah.
Do you think
Seems
he's
like
just
one of
trying to
those.
take seconds off at the same time here, do you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've had to pull that where you get a significant amount of damage. You go in, you grab, you know, whatever it is, 30 seconds while the car or the safety car makes its way around, and then you hop back out, try and catch back up as quick as you can, and then as it kind of goes for the next lap, you slip in, do it again, and then get back out and try and catch back up before it goes green, sort of idea, just to take the chunks out of it as you can. Because obviously they go from doing 30 seconds to a minute 30, so gives you a little bit more time.
Yeah, well, he has had 11 pit stops.
Yeah.
So, you know, that probably would be what he was trying to do here. Cody Kern is now out in front with Jordan Malcolm sitting in second. I'm wondering if they're going to try and take these tyres for the last 25 here. Is this going to be their best opportunity, do you think?
I think so. I mean, if another cautions at this point aren't going to help necessarily, but at the same time will help tire life. So their tires obviously are going to be, we're on 30 laps almost older tires, 26 lap older lap tires. So they'll have a little bit more wear than the rest of the field. So the more cautions that happen, the less their tires get burned out throughout. But I mean, obviously, you still have to be able to. At some point, we're gonna have a little bit of a run. So.
Yeah, well, we're into the last 25 now. Pace car in this lap. We are going to be back under racing. Cody Kern's going to lead us away this time. I got a funny feeling that back pack there, who all pitted last time out, are going to swamp these. They're going to get eaten up faster than my cornflakes does. Here we go. Jordan Malcolm was slow away there. Alex Witt, Cody Kern has broken that front, and we're back under green flag racing for the turn left. Don't die. 225. Powered by All Odds Media and sponsored by Killer Brown and Company. Sorry, my teeth got all mixed up again. And now as well. So go and check them out at killerbrownie.com and see if you can get yourself some killer brownies. But we're up and running once more here, Kenton, into the last 25. We've got 24 to go currently, and it is Alex Witt already taking that lead within a lap. So a stunning job from him.
Yeah, Cody Kern, I almost looked like he kind of got out of his way, sort of thing, and just kind of let him go, because I mean, Alex he's bloody quick. So it's I think a little bit of knowing who you're racing, sort of like an F1 and Alonso just being like, yep, Max Verstappen can just go because I'm not racing him. So
yeah. I think that's the thing here. You've got to be sensible about your battles. However, I don't think Jordan Malcolm has really got that in mind at the moment. He's doing a stellar job. Don't get me wrong, he's up 18, 20, no, he's up 22, sorry. Andrew Williams is up 18, who was obviously the court.
Something happened. It looks like Jordan Malcolm might be actually trying to conserve a little bit there. It looked like he was sort of trying to save and not pushing too hard, but not sure what happened in the back there.
Well, lots.
Ah.
Cody Sharp is in that.
He got loose, tried to correct it, and went right back up.
Yeah, McLaughlin, Kern, and Joshua Keefe, I believe, was also another innocent one on that one. So, yeah, that is what happened.
Yeah, it's the dangerous part about oval racing. The moment you try and correct things, it can, especially these cars. These cars are really hard once you've lost the car in a sense. It makes it very hard to recover on the fly. Like it's a lot tougher than Xfinity or even the trucks, things like that. It is a little tougher on this with this kind of power that are in these guys.
Yeah, definitely. Once more. Okay, 21 to go. Would you go into the pits if you're Jordan Malcolm now?
If he has the tires, why not? I mean, it's...
Why not stay out or why not go in?
I mean, why not go in like, at this, if you were to wait and say the caution comes out with 10 left, there's no point. But with 20 laps, it'd be tight. He might, I mean, it's all going to be track position at this point, and if he's been trying to save tires, he might be okay, but I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where it's a risky move, but you're going to have fresher rubber at the end than anybody else. You might be able to kind of utilize that to pull you forward. Not sure he'd be able to catch a win in that situation, though.
Whereas he's more in a position now, isn't he?
Yeah, even with the tires being a little bit older, he's got a better chance just strictly because he's closer, and obviously with how cautions keep coming, he's not burning them too hard. So it's it depends how risky he wants to be.
Yeah, he did say himself that it would looking like tough to even score points, but I can see him scoring a win, to be honest. After watching last season's final run at Homestead, I just can see Jordan Malcolm taking the victory. There's nothing that doesn't seem to be out of this young man's limits, really.
I mean, he's in a great spot for it. Obviously, he's got tough competition with Alex just being as fast as he is here. So far, we've seen him just absolutely flying, but at the same time, like, Alex's best lap is a 3:15 or 30:15, and Jordan Malcolm's is a 30:13. So it's pretty tight. I mean, it could change very quickly. So it's all going to come down to kind of who's been able to save as best they can and all that. But he will have less fuel than everybody, so his car is going to be a touch lighter, which will help.
Well, let's see. The pace car is coming in this time around. Alex Witt is your pace. I'm not going to say pole man, but is in first place currently in that pole position almost. As the pace car will be heading in, and these guys will be going around turn 3 here as well. And we're going to be back under racing for the last 19 laps currently at the moment. 19 to go. Anything can happen. We have hit caution 11. 10 forced cautions, 1 stage brake caution, but we are on number 11. So let's hope that we get a bit of a run. The pace car is going to go in. We're going to wait for Alex Witt to get everybody backed up, and then he's going to bolt here as well. He's done it all the way through. Every time he's out in front, Strada's trying to stay with him there, and Cody Kern did as well, but Strada's disappearing currently at the moment. That's going to cause everyone problems, but we're back green, and we are back once more with the same person. We have the 594 from Clemens here. Alex, we're out in front, absolutely flying. Cody Kern and Christian Strada running side by side. Jordan Malcolm, Andrew Williams, Derek Runge, Rodney Roberts there swapping around as well. Cody Kern nearly ends up in the wall there as well. He got a little bit of a slide on, nearly took it into the wall, but they're going to almost run 3 wide here, Kenton, and it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, that was watching Jordan Malcolm kind of go from the top, get drop down, and then almost catch Runge there as he went down. That was and Cody Kern kind of almost kissing the wall as he does right there. a little unfortunate as that's going to drop and kill off some of his momentum and his speed there. But this little group here of Williams, Strutter, and Malcolm, and then Run's trying to get himself involved as well. This could get real interesting, especially coming to the end. I think Alex, just the way he's driving today, I think it's his race to lose at this point. I think if he, keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to have zero issues. He's already almost over a second, as he just eclipses a 1 second gap between him and second place here. So it could get, it'll be a very interesting drive, I think, as Runge makes his way past Jordan Malcolm as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this no tyre choice for Malcolm on lap 74 was the last time he pitted. He would have took tyres, but I think he's going to be struggling towards the end of the race now. Him and Cody Kern. Kern's down in 9th at the moment behind Jakowicz. Malcolm's going to be joining him very, very shortly, I would have thought here, because at the moment, Rodney Roberts is going to slide round the outside as if Malcolm was just stood still in a block of ice. And once more, he does. Is Radel going to follow him through currently here? He is. I've got to believe it. I don't think that tyre choice on not taking tyres under that last caution did these guys any favours here, Cody Kern and Jordan Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely made it a lot tougher for them. They might have almost wanted to have come in with 20 laps to go with that last caution, but I guess, hindsight's 20/20 for them. They're just taking the risk, and sometimes, the risk pays off. Sometimes it doesn't, but we'll see as he drops down now. I think he's now in 8th there. It's either that or he is heavy conserving and really hoping that he can make the time up near the end.
Well, I don't know if you want to be leaving it too long. We've got Williams and Runge and Roberts here, the 48. The 84 and 34, Williams leading the pack with Runge and Roberts. They're just about to swap positions as well. Roberts runs around that outside line and drops Runge down another position, and then comes across and takes his nose off here. Is he going to be able to get in there? He just can't quite take that down. He's just not got a long enough gap. And Runge is coming back at him once more. Further down from that, we've got Keenan Kimber leading a group of people with Keith Spainhour, Collicott, McLaughlin, Kuhn and Michael all involved in this one as well. So this pack is getting very interesting racing.
Yeah, a little bit of door banging from Kimber and it looked like Kern there as they're coming through the corners, giving a little taps to each other. As Spainhour looks to almost kind of slide in between as they are now 3 wide, which is, again, not something we really want to see going around Charlotte, but if it works for you, I guess they sort of are making it work. It looks like Kern unfortunately dropped back pretty hard after being up beside Kimber for a good chunk there.
Yeah, but Malcolm's coming at him as well. That's the thing. Malcolm's doing the same thing. He's losing time. He's leaking positions all over the place. Williams, Strada, Roberts, Runge, Radel, Carson. Carson's just been taken by Jakowicz. Jakowicz is now up, sitting in 7th place. As we say, I think this is Alex Witt's race to lose as we come into the final 10.
Yeah, I mean, so far it just seems like he's done everything right, and it's kind of on him to finish it off, as he's now, a 1.7 second lead on P2 as P3 and 4 are dueling it out, and you got 5 and 6 right behind them. So the little group of 4 here could get fairly spicy as we close into the final 10 laps. Looks like Strada kind of has his own second place kind of thing to lose, as well as he's kind of created a spacing, and he's not necessarily in no man's land, but he's kind of on his own, just fighting his way through.
Yeah, I think that's the thing for Strada. He's just got to keep it on track, I believe. We've just gone into the final 9. We're going to be 8 very, very shortly, as it's 32nd lap. Charlotte has provided 11 cautions here this evening, or I should say 10 forced cautions, shouldn't we really, because the stage break doesn't really count. But 8 to go, and this 4 have got a breakaway as well. Then it's Jordan Malcolm leading the next bunch of cars with Keith, Sherman, McLaughlin, Kuhn and Kern. Kern obviously just slid down the order there, Kenton. I really do believe that not going in when they had that caution on lap, I think it was 105, that it was the wrong choice. I think they should have got in, and then they would have been in a better position than some of the people in front of them.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see that how much the tire wear really plays a factor in this. Is Malcolm dropped from what he was P4 fighting for P3 and is now P10, P11 as he drops a place to Keith there. So it's the tire wear. They eat your tires pretty hard. So it's definitely something you wanted to. They almost needed to have done. But like I said, they took a risk, and unfortunately, it just did not pay off this time.
I don't believe it did for either of them. So these guys are still swapping here. We're on 6 to go now. Going to be coming into the final 5 this time around. Witt is in that bottom of your track map in the top right-hand corner. He's just going over the line now, the number 1 with Strada behind, and then you've got this bunch of cars here all getting involved. This is down into 9th place, so this is 3rd to 9th. All going to muscle it out. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, Noel having himself a little bit of contact with the wall, and it looked like, I think that was Hunter as well behind him, that you kind of lose where you are in the track, and when you're staring at the back of another car that's moving right in front of you, and then you kind of follow them out of the corner and introduce yourself to the wall at the same time. It's not the most ideal way or ideal thing to have happen, but it does happen.
It could be a Witt Strada Roberts run here. I'm not going to lie, they're coming into the final 4. And as I say, this is Alex Witt's to lose. And Strada as well is another man that can lose it here all on his own. But it's looking more like Roberts is also going to possibly take that 3rd podium spot. Williams just looking a little bit far back. Runge, Radel, Jakowitz, Carlson and Almquist. And then you've got the Sherman group of people after that, which consists of McLaughlin, Keith. Malcolm's down into 13th now. Cody Kern is all the way down in 16th. So it definitely, the tyre choicing was not good to them. But Strada opening up 1.9 over Roberts. Roberts opening up nearly half a second on Williams here. So it'll be that battle for 3rd, I think, Kenton, that's going to really matter.
Yeah, I mean, Witt, it looks like he's going to take it. And then Strada's kind of got himself a nice little gap. And Roberts is creating one, but it can change. I think it's already down to 0.38 or just under 0.4. So could have a factor, but at the same time, he's got the nice part of for Roberts there. Oh,
wow,
interesting.
Green white checker.
Yeah.
Oh, Joshua Kuhn and Jordan Malcolm, I think. Kuhn on the left hand side. They are 3 wide.
That looks like neck code almost.
Yeah, there was definitely not a gap between them. There was definitely no contact between them there.
No, there was definitely spacing.
Let's have a look on board
all the way
chopper.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's net code. I'm if he gets a penalty on that one, I'll fight for him on that. That was that's nothing you could do. He gave him space. Both of them gave each other space, and that's just unfortunate. Although if you're Jordan Malcolm at that point, you go straight into the pit. I wonder if he's got a fast repair and swap tires.
Yeah, he's got nothing to lose now.
3 laps. Yeah, why not? What happened there?
I don't know how Seth Pegg ended up going round here.
Oh, he just went around.
Yeah, and then Malcolm comes around, and there you go.
Oh, it looks like Seth tried to back down, and unfortunately Malcolm saw him, went to go down, and then had to go back up, and unfortunately caused that fun.
Yeah, green-white checkout here this evening as well. So it's going to be, as it says, green final lap, checkered flag. So Alex Witt, Christian Strada, Rodney Roberts, Andrew Williams, Derek Runge, Radel, Jakowitz, here as well. Massive shout out to Anthony Radel, who's up 20 places currently at the moment, same as Gregory Sherman. Andrew Williams is up 19, Keith 16, and Kimber 16 as well. So great job from everyone there who has gained that amount of positions. The biggest loser, Devon Collicott, down 13 places with Stockner and obviously Kuba, who are out of the race, down 20 and 16 respectively. So a play.
Yeah, that's.
Do we think?
Still trying to figure out what happened there. I think that was a little interesting.
Sometimes I find it best not to overanalyze the situation.
Very fair. But I think that'll put the kibosh on Jordan Malcolm's chances for sure.
Absolutely. I agree. Well, we're going to find out now who's going to take this. Is it going to be Witt, Strada, Roberts as it has been? Lights are going to be out soon. Don't go anywhere now. This is it. That was embarrassing. Yeah, you think, Seth? I'm not going to say we caught every single bit of it, but we may have caught every single bit of it. And then obviously showed Jordan Malcolm introducing himself to your car as well, Seth. So there you go.
Just really wanted a nice up-close personal look at the livery.
Yeah. See what you're running. Right. Come on, boys. We can get this. We get to the end. I'm feeling positive here. Feeling positive. Alex Witt should take this. I'm not going to lie. If he does an Alex Witt start, he should get this. I think that would be the thing.
100%.
Yeah.
That's like you said, it's kind of his race to lose at this point, but we'll see, I guess, now.
Yeah, I don't think Malcolm had a fast repair. He's been in the pits for over 2.5 minutes already. There we go. He's gone every different place possible. Oh, he went again. Left it. Backed everybody up here. Strada's now under pressure from Roberts as well, as we're going to be coming round onto the final lap this time around, but Witt has already gone. What is Strada and Roberts going to do with Runge on the inside? Williams, Radel as well. And it looks like Roberts may have jumped Strada on that restart there, Kenton, and taken that second place away.
Yeah, he had a fantastic start. I don't know if it was just Strada had a bad start or Roberts had a great one, but obviously Alex Witt doing his thing and just taking a flyer of a start there. And then Roberts getting himself a nice little lap as well. So as we go into the final lap here, so no matter what happens, we're finishing this lap, which is nice. No more cautions.
No more cautions. Roberts is looking like he may have wrapped up second place. It's going to be that battle for third, but it is going to be Alex Witt coming over here. He's going to take this final position. He's going to take the victory. Here he comes. There is Witt. There is Roberts. There is Runge. And there is Dan Michael going somewhere.
He's on the inside of the track for something?
Yeah. Dan Michael going there as well. But it is Alex Witt who wraps up the win.
That was a big hit at the end there.
Roberts and Runge. So there we go.
And unfortunately, Strada, dropped all the way down to P5.
Yeah.
After having P2 basically locked up before that that final caution.
Definitely was there. But, yeah, Alex Witt taking the victory. He did, honestly, though. He looked like he was going to take it from the very beginning, didn't he? He looked like he was already going to be doing this as well. And he is now sitting in the interview room, waiting to have a chat with us here. And we can have a quick chat with Alex Witt. Takes the victory at Charlotte. Very tough race as well. But Alex, welcome in. How are you?
Doing good.
Doing good. Did you ever wonder whether or not it was in doubt? Because, to be honest, we didn't up here in the booth, mate. We said it was yours to lose.
Well, yeah, I think that's true. Definitely with how it was going there, I was able to save my tires pretty well at the end. Listening to what was happening behind, though, I was pretty certain some caution was going to happen at some point. It sounded pretty chaotic, so I was expecting the green-white checker there, I think.
Yeah, it definitely was. There was a lot of movements going on behind you as well. You know, it was tough. There was a lot of people all over the place, you know, for you. But nice clean race. You're probably one of the very few people that's got a 100% car, I would have thought, here on the racetrack as well, as everybody else seemed to have a little bit of rub and a little bit of contact. Just how difficult was it leading, though, from the front? Did you sit back and think, well, actually, this is me to lose this. I've got to concentrate, get it wrapped up, hit every mark possible, and or was you a little bit more Kimi Räikkönen-esque Iceman relaxed in the car?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too nervous about my pace there after the first stage. I was pretty confident that if I could just, you know, not make any huge mistakes and not overdrive it at all, that it would be good. And I felt pretty good about the long run pace for sure.
Yeah, it definitely was there, sir, as well. Well done to you. An absolutely stunning win, and congratulations for winning at Charlotte. Bristol Motor Speedway going in next. How do you feel about that one?
I think I've had pretty good races there. I like that track a lot. I don't know if the lines have changed or the setup or anything, but I usually like it.
Okay, mate. Well, thank you so much for joining us there, bud, and look forward to hopefully, possibly, maybe having a chat with you at Bristol.
Hopefully.
Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out the Breakfast Club as always, and thank you to Killer Brownie.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much there, bud, and look forward to chatting to you soon.
Thank you.
Right, let's bring in second place man, Rodney Roberts. Took it out the restart away from Christian Strada. Excellent job there, Rodney. How are you?
Doing pretty good. How are y'all?
I'm doing very well. I've just sat here. We've just had to watch the 12 caution race, and you've come over the line and finished in second. Not a bad end to the evening.
No, not at all. It was a good points day for us.
Did you think you could take second place?
Not if that caution wouldn't have came out, that last caution. But since that last one came out and I knew I was starting behind Alex, I said, I might have a good shot with Alex. I really don't know. It's where these old tires were and everything. And I tried my best. Just couldn't get it done.
Yeah, well, and congratulations on the second place, though, mate. On to Bristol we go next week as well for this BSC. But once again, Rodney Roberts, well done on the second place. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to shout out my team, West Lenore Motorsports. Me, Derek, Keenan, and Dominic. We bunch of great guys to drive with and try to get it done each week.
Yeah, and you definitely did and finished in second. So well done to you, young sir. Thank you so much for joining us. And maybe we'll look forward to having a chat with you in Bristol.
Man, I hope so. I hope it's first place next week.
No, you take care, man.
You too, man.
Right, let's have a chat with the man that finished in third place here, Derek Runge, as well. Had how can I put it? A interesting race, especially being involved in the caution on lap 18. Number 3 there comes through the field, third place. Good evening, Derek. How are you?
I am good now.
Good now it's over?
Yeah, that was really too many cautions. We'll put it at that.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, you know, you've all made it through. You've finished in third place as well, so a stellar job from you there, sir. You know, got to be positive on that note, right?
Yeah, it's finally a P3, and been definitely taken out of a lot of good finishes late this season. So, and I had my own mistakes at last week when I was having a good run. So it's finally nice to actually have a good finish for once.
Yeah, well, it definitely was a good finish there as well. On to Bristol we go. How do you feel about Bristol?
I feel good. Feel good. I just hope it's not like tonight. We can actually get some runs in and actually run it rather than just pace. But it'll be pretty fun if we can actually get some good runs in there, I think.
Yeah, definitely will be, sir, as well. Derek, thank you so much for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just the boys at West Lenore Motorsports. They're Rodney and Keenan and Dominic. They've been good motivation to keep the head up. So
awesome stuff. Well, Derek, thank you so much for joining us, bud. And have a good week, mate. And maybe we'll have a chat with you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take care. Well, there you go. That was the 3 podiums there as well. Alex Witt takes the victory. Roberts in second. Runge in third. Kenton, final words from you?
I mean, a little caution filled, but a fantastic race and a very exciting ending. We'll have to chat with Dan Michael and see what the heck happened where he went sideways across the finish line there. But other than that, I mean, it was a fun time, and thankfully the cautions calmed down after about the second half there.
Yeah, they definitely did, and it was turned out to be an interesting end. We did end it on a GWC, which is what we, to be honest, I thought it was going to happen. I thought that wasn't going to be the only one. I've got to be honest. I thought there was going to be more green, white checkers involved in that, but fortunate enough, there wasn't, Kenton. So on to Bristol we go. What are we expecting in Bristol?
Oh, Bristol's going to be interesting. It's a very short track with lots of not a ton of space. So it'll be very interesting how this one works out. I'm sure if we have 30 drivers, it'll be a few cautions in that one, but it'll be definitely exciting. Lots of fun to watch.
Awesome stuff. Well, guys, that is it. That's going to bring us to the end of the broadcast. Thank you so much to everybody that's joined us here this evening as well. I would normally name you all by names, but there's just so many of you as well, which is great to see here for the BSC NASCAR on a Tuesday evening. From everybody up here at JBB, from myself and Kenton Sportak up in the booth. As always, guys, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on a track sometime. Good night.